How you doing, sir?
Good morning, sir.
Hello, sir.
Mr. McClure, in
Hi.
this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and/or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. The court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you in this matter. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sackrider in preparation for this hearing?
Yes, sir. I believe he's court appointed attorney, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I did. I spoke with him earlier.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Gilman and Mr. McClure, we'll have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, then we'll take some testimony.
Sir, I got a situation here. I'm trying to actually put a Band-Aid on. My finger just broke back open. I got to get my finger from bleeding. It was bleeding really bad yesterday, so it started bleeding again. I'm actually getting ready to put a Band-Aid on. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, like it literally just started right. I did not expect this video to start right now.
Okay. Well, go ahead and take care of your injury and then we'll start.
I should be good for a moment.
Okay. Sir, if you would raise your right hand, we'll have you sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you are about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Gilman, you can proceed when you're ready.
Thank you. Before the court is Anthony McClure of docket numbers 2013-3089-DM and 2009-1399-DS. Their monthly total obligation for the 2013 case is $549.50. $401 for the current support, $145 ordered on arrears, and $350 per month for service and processing fees. The last voluntary payment was $250 on May 25th, 2024 in the form of a bench warrant agreement. This is their third show cause. They've had 2 bench warrants and 1 contempt finding. Friend of the court has monitored their compliance for the last 3 months at the rate of $549.50 per month. They should have paid $1,898.50, and they have paid the $250. The total shortfall of that is $1,648.50. The total arrears are at $7,708.06 through July 31st of 2024. They were ordered to 7 days in jail by referee Mueller on February 6, 2024, which was suspended pending compliance, as well as a $200 lump sum payment. On the 2009 case, the total monthly obligation is $48.50. $30 for current support and $3.50 per month for service and processing fees. Per the Michigan Child Support Formula Guideline, they should be paying $15 per month towards arrears on this case. The last voluntary payment was $110 on May 25th, 2024 in the form of a bench warrant agreement. This is their third show cause, and they've had 2 bench warrants and 1 contempt finding. Friend of the court has monitored their compliance on this case for the last 3 months at the rate of $48.50 per month. They should have paid $255.50, and they have paid $110. The total shortfall is that $145.50. The total arrears are at $648.82 through July 31st of 2024. They were also ordered to 7 days in jail by referee Mueller on February 6, 2024 for this docket, which was suspended pending compliance and an additional $200 lump sum payment. Their only payments since the hearing with referee Mueller have been the bench warrant agreements. They have advised they are self-employed, putting used tires on vehicles. They were struggling to meet the obligation and were advised to change the order. They would need to file a motion, and no motions have been filed.
Mr. Sackrider, do you contest or dispute any of the statements made by Ms. Gilman?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions for Ms. Gilman?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Any proofs?
Yes, I call my client.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. McClure, can you hear me?
I can, sir.
You heard the testimony of Ms. Gilman, is that correct?
It's apparently to the paperwork. Yeah.
All right. Was there anything that you disagreed with?
I mean, like I said, sir, I disagree with me being the one that have to pay back somebody else's loan. I'm just being honest with you. I know what you said earlier. I'm not saying that I'm in contempt or nothing because I don't want to pay. I don't make that kind of money right now. I do have 2 pro promotion packages, but like I said, I didn't even have the money to put that in. So I just like had a pretty good day yesterday, you know? So, I mean, that would have been the earliest that I could have taken $40 and stuck in, you know what I'm saying, and put towards that.
Okay. So you are planning on filing a motion to modify this support obligation in the near future?
Actually, today, if I'm not mistaken, today. Like I
Okay.
said, I had a good day yesterday, so I have $40 now.
All right. Where do you work currently?
I am my own employee. It's called Retire.
And what kind of work do you do?
Mounting and balancing tires for people.
All right. How much do you earn with that employment per week?
It's not really a set amount. I can tell you what I charge per tire, which is $30 per tire. That's all. I mean,
Okay. How much?
that's my actual. That's pretty much it. You know, if somebody comes up, it's $30 per tire.
All right. What would you say on average you make per week?
I guess if I average it out, but see, that's the thing, man. Because in December I get a lot of people because everybody's scared of the wintertime, you know. And then at the beginning of the spring, you'll get people, oh, I need my rims put on. So then in between those times, it's just like if somebody blows a tire. So it's not, I don't even know how to say it. It's not really a set amount. I make $30 per wheel. Sometimes I get, you know, like yesterday I had 2 sets of tires. So that was $30. That was a 120 for like 2 vehicles. So I made 240 yesterday. But it's not like that every day. It's not like that every day. It's pretty much like a $30 day, I guess I could say. So what? 150 a week? What? 30 times 5? 150 a week, I guess.
All right. Do you have expenses?
Um, Tire lube, sticky weights for the European wheels, gas. I got a generator, so it's like 2 gases basically, truck and generator. I've had to buy 2 air compressors. I've had to buy 2 generators. Both the one was $1,100. That's the one I'm working with now. I got a bigger and better one, but I had to get a loan to get that. I borrowed that from a guy that has a store. So he let me borrow $1,000 that day, and I had $150. So it was like 1141 out the door. So I got that, and 2 jacks that cost like 360 a piece, 2 impacts that are like 1,000 a piece. Um, Jack stands. I mean, those are cheap. You know, like $25 for 2, I guess. My balancer cost me 1,400. Toolbox was like 230, but then it's loaded with a bunch of snap-on tools, which is a lot of money. I mean, you know, bills at home. Trying to think what else. That's pretty much. Oh, and a car note, and I have an equipment payment, which is for everything in the back of the truck, and I also pay Snap-on for the actual tire machine. The tire machine was 15,000, so I pay like $100 a week on that, and I haven't paid him in a few weeks. A few weeks.
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing is that your expenses exceed your income.
It kind of does, I guess.
All right.
Well, but I mean, all that stuff is like the balancer's paid for. I'm just saying this is what I had to put in the back of the truck at first. The car that I told you I trade, or the tire machine I traded for my son's car, that was my first tire machine. So that was the $1,800 tire machine. I put 2,200 into that just to get it working right. So once it started working right, the people at Airway where I work at, the guy that owns it, he got a barn built at his house, and I traded that tire machine for that car. So I didn't actually pay for the car, but I got it from my 16-year-old son. So.
All right. She testified that your last payments on these cases were to clear a bench warrant in May of 2024. Why were you not making regular payments?
Cause that 360 that I put in there, dude, busted my pockets. Busted my pockets, sir. Like I said, I went out yesterday with absolutely no money in my pocket and actually made 240. So just with everything else that I gotta pay, bills, trying to keep the stupid car and trying to keep the stuff in the back of the truck, paid for so they don't come take me away or whatever, or take that stuff or whatever you want to call it, those are the expenses I have.
All right. All right. What's your highest level of education completed?
12th grade.
You have a diploma?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you have any felonies on your background?
No, sir.
All right. Have you considered obtaining different employment with a more regular pay schedule?
I thought about it, but the only thing that throws that off is when somebody calls, if I'm working somewhere else, how am I going to go do a tire? Like I've already started this job and like I've been doing this for 3 years. And like I said, it gets hot, around November, December, and it gets hot, like March, April, when everybody's needing their rims put on. But other than that, it's just a trickle, it's, I get, like I said, I make at least 150 a week. I'll get $30 here, $30 there, maybe $60. Two people, somebody will come up. I need both my front tires done. Okay, so I'll do their front tire for $60. But my incentive is a $30 surcharge if I have to leave from Airway, seeing that I got started at Airway. So I try to make people come to Airway because it's a salvage yard, so that way that they can, benefit from the yard also. So I try to bring people there. So I tell them it's going to be $30 less if you just come out the Airway. So that's what I do. I mean, that's just what I get people here and there, but I mean, I make enough to kind of cover my own stuff, but I don't really make enough to try to cover everything else, man, for other people,
All right. Do you provide for your children in other ways?
Oh, definitely. Actually, my 29-year-old son, he came over for Sunday and I paid him $50 to cut the yard. The yard's not a $50 yard. So I just made sure that he had money because he's not working. So, this is the type of dad I am, man. I look out for my kids from the first one all the way down to the last one. That's what we do. That's who we are. We're a tight family. I understand the moms are in situations, but that's not my problem. We're not together anymore. It's all about my kid. If you want extra money, then go get a job or better your education. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing what I have to do for me to make sure that I'm okay. And to make sure that when my kids come to my house, I'm not lacking something. I'm not missing something. If they want to go do something, hey, let's go do this. Dad, I want to, like Tony, my daughter, the 12-year-old, dude, every time I take her anywhere to go eat, it's, Dad, I want a whole full rack of ribs. Guess who has to pay for it? It's not my wife or my girlfriend, I should say. I'm not married, but it's not her. I'm the one paying for that. I got to take her out. But like I said, I just got a chance to start seeing my daughter in November because her mom kept her away from me for 5.5 years. So, that's the type of stuff that I'm dealing with versus just being me, man. Just trying to live my life and do what I got to do for me,
All right. All right. Is there anything else you would like to tell the court?
I don't know what else there is to say, sir. I am a responsible enough parent where I don't need child support. I don't know what else to say. I don't need this. And I don't know why I'm paying back somebody else's financial issue. This isn't my financial issue. And when my kids need me, I'm there. When they call me and Dad, I need this. All right, sweet.
All right. All right. Thank you. I have no further questions.
All
Mr.
righty.
McClure, in this matter, there are support orders in place, and those support orders order you to pay a particular amount to support your children. So that's why you're having to pay, is to support the children when they're not with you, but with the other parent. So you said you work at Airway, is that correct?
I don't actually work at Airway. You guys will be still getting a check from Airway.
Okay, well, that's what I asked, because you talked about being at Airway and you'd have people come to Airway, so I wasn't clear if you were working there or not working there.
Well, this is where I set up my truck at. I tell you what, I'll because I'm still on Wi-Fi, I'll let you see what I use.
You don't have to, you don't have to
Just
say,
look,
I don't have,
no, just look, no, just look behind me, sir. This is what I drive. That's my vehicle right there. That's all I have. I don't have a building. All I have is a house.
okay,
That's all I drive. So I don't have a brick and mortar. I don't have tires. I don't have all that stuff.
I've got it. Okay, in this matter, if in fact, as you've talked, that your employment is sporadic, that you, as you said, it's good in March and April, and then just November and December, why don't you get a full-time job that'll pay you each and every week?
Because I still get people to trickle in that get tires done at different times of the day. So if I have a job, how am I supposed to cover that part of it? If they need a tire done,
you won't have time to do that, but you'll have a full-time job that'll pay you far more than $150 per week.
but I like what I'm doing, sir. That's
Okay.
the difference. I actually like what I'm doing. You know, I've tried those other jobs. I've done the factory work. That's not for me. I talk too much. I've gotten fired from that. Dude, I was an electrician. I got fired from being an electrician because I talk too much. I talk too much. I can't be in nobody else's job. I have to do my own thing and be my own person. I can't do another job. I can't. I've tried it. I've never kept a job longer than 2.5 years. And Airway was the only place I stayed longer, only because they left me in the corner and let me do tires all day long. That's why, that's the other part of it. I worked at McLean's Towing. When I worked at McLean's Towing in 15, I was like, well, why would they keep dropping cars off at Discount and Bell when they could just put something like this together? So that's what I was actually expecting is to actually get picked up by some of the tow companies. And I've talked to Buds. I know Robert at Buds. I've talked to Patty and Kevin up there at McLean's. Nobody's picked me up yet because I know how that operation works. I know that you got to be, their insurance companies have to pick you up and say, hey, we trusted this guy. And I'm a legal LLC business. Still never picked me up. So I kind of like what I'm doing because I don't have to. If I want to talk too much, that's fine. I'm not going to get fired for talking too much. And I can't help it because I'm ADHD, so I talk too much. I think a lot. So everything I think sometimes comes out of my mouth. I get in trouble.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to tell me, sir?
I don't know what else to tell you, sir.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Sacred?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, in this matter, the court's heard the testimony that Mr. McClure has a support obligation in the one case of $549.50 and the other $48.50 per month. That in fact he has a sizable arrearage on the 2013 case, and I'm just shy of $8,000. The other one is only about $650. That he has stated in this matter that he's self-employed. He against mounts and balances tires. That he has tried other employment. He was an electrician. That he had worked in factories as well. That he did not like that. That he liked doing the employment that was sporadic, where he would be busy in March or April and November and December, but not the other times of the year other than sporadically. And as a result, he has not made money sufficient to pay his support obligation, although he has made, as he states, approximately $150 per week, but he is not paid regularly, nor has he paid the support obligation that he has. The court will find that he's failed to exercise good faith attempt at compliance. He's failed to refuse to comply, and therefore he is in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sacred?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I would ask that the court not impose a jail sentence today. Mr. McClure has testified that he is working. He is aware of the child support obligation. and so that he can begin his or continue his employment. My apologies, and make monthly payments. If the court is inclined to impose a jail sentence, I would ask that the court put in place a $100 purge amount. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, in this case, you have previously been held in contempt and received a 7-day suspended sentence. The court could sentence you up to 90 days. I'm not going to do that, but I do believe that some jail time is warranted. I'm going to sentence you to 30 days in jail with credit for no time served. Court will order that you report to the sheriff department on July 12, 2024, no later than 4:00 p.m. in this matter. The court will allow you to purge yourself of contempt on the 2013 case by paying the sum of $500, and on the other case, to purge yourself of contempt by paying the sum of $200. If you pay those amounts, then you would not have to appear in jail. Otherwise, you will need to appear on the July 12 date. Any questions, sir?
Yes. Why am I going to jail for some? Look. All
Because you're
right,
not
we're just
paying your
gonna.
support obligation.
No,
I
we're
already
gonna
told
be
you
real,
that.
sir. Look, I didn't ask for the women to want custodial. I guess they.
Sir,
No,
I'm
no,
not
no.
gonna
Look, no, no,
argue
no,
that
no,
point
no,
with
no,
you.
no. You're
You're
trying
not
to. You're
paying,
trying.
you're not
Look,
paying, sir, and that's why
I
you're going
did
to
not
jail.
take out that loan. Send me paperwork with my name on it where I
Sir,
am viable for that loan that
You are
I
paying
signed,
on, you
where
are paying
I
on their
signed for the
support
money.
order.
Send
You're
me
paying a
it.
support order.
I already support my kids.
Okay,
I didn't
sir,
ask for you guys to be in my life. I
Report-
already support my kids, sir. I didn't
report
ask
to
for
jail.
child support.
Report
I
to
did not ask
jail.
for child support. The
Report
moms
to
did.
jail, or your jail time will increase.
Sir,
We
I
can
did
hold
not
you in
ask for
contempt.
I did not ask for
I don't
child
care,
support.
sir.
The
I'm not
moms did,
muted.
sir.
Muted.
I don't understand.
Sir, you're muted, so you can stop talking. I'm gonna tell you, report to jail on July 12th, or we'll have you back into court, and you'll be in contempt, and you can serve up to 90 days, and I have no problem with imposing the 90-day if you don't show. So report no later than 4:00 p.m. on July 12th, 2024. We'll conclude the hearing. You're free to go.
1 second. I changed some settings so he will not be able to unmute himself.